administrative team and our coordinators and our parent rep, Julie, who hosts our Coffee with the Principal. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today to our second virtual Coffee with the Principal. Today is, it is May 12th, 2020. This will be posted on our website for those of you that could not make it, but we have 42 participants, so that's great. I'm going to start off by sharing my screen, and we're going to start the presentation. And can everyone see my screen? Make sure before I start. Okay, so the Zoom meeting norms, we already went over those. So make sure you follow that during the meeting just to make sure it's nice and smooth. I wanted to thank all of you that participated in the Community of Schools Town Hall meeting. Our next one is on the 21st at 5 p.m. You can go to the local district website or the Taft website. We will post the information as soon as it is available. We had our first one last week where we introduced our Community of Schools director, which is Mr. Corley, who is our same director. They are going to be located at Woodland Hills next year. That's where the office will be. And it's the Taft Community of Schools. Wanted to let everyone know this week we have a Magnet and SAS Zoom meetings coming up in the next couple of weeks. So Miss Yu will talk about that a little bit later. We are kicking off our AP exams starting this week. So the next couple of weeks we will be doing AP exams. They will be a different format than the past. You can go to the College Corner on the Taft website for information about that. And you can always use the Taft Help Desk link on our website if you have any questions. ASB, we have some changes. We're virtually going through elections for cabinet positions. So if you follow us on Instagram, and ASB has their Instagram, students have been posting their campaign speeches. The voting will end tomorrow at 10 a.m. So if your child is a student at Taft currently, you can go and vote for your cabinet members from ASB. And there's, you can go on Instagram and you can go on the Taft website for information about that. Distant learning feedback. We would like your feedback about your experience with distance learning, whether you're a teacher, student, or parent. And we would like you to go to bit.ly/TaftFeedback2020. And it's just basically a feedback form for you to let us know how distance learning is from your perspective as a parent, how things are going, how Taft specifically, not necessarily the district, but Taft specifically, how we are doing. So we can, in that cycle of continuous improvement, we always want to improve. So we like to have your feedback so then we can make adjustments if necessary and meet the needs of all of our students and our families. Senior updates. We are in the process of, continuously looking into what's going on with our end of the year, our graduation, our senior awards, and there's still a lot of debate about how everything's going, but we're going through with everything will be virtual. We had an amazing sign distribution on Friday. And of course, we have hopes of doing something in person at a later date, but we are also planning for our virtual graduation. I do want to share a short video of our event on Friday. Thank you for all the seniors that participated and teachers and staff that organized it, as well as students that participated. It was a great experience. So I have some that I'd like to share. Okay, let me get back to that. So once again, it was, you know what, we're trying to find different ways to celebrate our seniors. Um, and we're happy we could do something. And let me get back to and we'll continue to explore different ways to celebrate our seniors. Also, the LA Times was there to document the event. And there's Miss Hoskins, our Julie, and a little article that was written about the event. And
this is to celebrate our seniors. They didn't have anything to do with the pandemic, so we want to make sure that they get recognized. And right now, we recognize them with these senior signs over there. And so the principal will be giving them the senior signs that they can put in their yard.
Okay, so there's a nice article talking about how we had a safe event. We were able to do it safe, and we were able to honor our seniors at the same time, give them their signs to put in their front lawns. We had about 300 seniors that participated, and we had over 70 staff members and volunteers to help us with the event. So it was great. It was great. And so with that, I'm going to have Mr. Loza share with us his part of the presentation.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me? Yes. Okay. So I just have a couple updates. The first one is enrollment. So you guys know this is the first year that if you do not live in our residence area, you have to apply through the choices brochure. In the past years, if you want it, and they used to be called open enrollment, you could just go to the school, pick up a form, and return it to us. Now it has to be done online, and the district controls that. Right now, we have offered everyone that applied in the 9th grade a position at Taft. And part of the process requires us to make multiple attempts to contact the parents to either deny or accept the offer. We still have about 90 parents that have not responded. We're making phone calls to those parents, and that'll be the last opportunity that they will have either to accept or deny. In the future, if anyone wants to apply at Taft and they don't live in the residence area throughout the year, they have to go through the choices brochure. They don't just come to school, they go through that, and then we'll pick them from that portal, and then they can apply if we have space available. Like I said, we offered it to all the 9th graders. We are waiting, see how many we actually have before we start offering it to the 10th, 11th, and 12th, if we have space available. Because right now we're reaching our capacity, so we don't know if we're going to offer it to them. Okay. Packets, we don't know if we're going to mail them out or email them out. If they're already a student at LUSD, it's not that big of an issue because automatically their information is going to be transferred to us, and we can see it. They can be programmed, and there will not be any issues. The only things in the packets are more of operational stuff, emergency card. There's a new requirement for immunization records, and then the SRQ, Students Residency Questionnaire. Those are things that we can wait. We don't really need them to start programming the kids because we'll have that information. The only exception to that is if a student does not go to an LUSD school, they will have to bring in paperwork, and we're going to see how that's going to be. There's only a very few of those students, okay? But that requires, like, if they're enrolling for the first time in LUSD, and it requires a lot more paperwork and verification, okay? Tech support, pretty much right now, we think that everyone that needs a device has one. The only ones that have been requesting lately are the ones that have broken down. You know, they're having problems charging or with keyboard. Okay. We've been opening the school every week ever since the lockout started. Okay. And kids have been, and parents have been putting their request on the help desk, and we monitor that. So whenever there's a need, I know Ms. Aviv's been making personal contact with those parents to tell them when the school is going to be open. So right now, we've distributed 357 Chromebooks, 48 hotspots. We do not have any more hotspots. So if anyone needs that, then we'll have to do it through the district, and it's a whole different process. So that's where we're at right now in regards to the enrollment and tech support.
Okay, Miss Yu now is going to give us some updates. Oh, this is our, sorry, before Miss Yu starts, this is just a reminder of our schedule, same as before that we talked about last Coffee with the Principal. And it's posted on our website as well of what our schedule is, so there's no conflict. And go ahead, that's our senior sign. It's our senior sign that was distributed. And we will be notifying seniors that didn't make it how they can come get their sign. And Miss Yu.
Good morning. So this year, our new SAS and Magnet student and parent meetings will be virtual because we are unable to hold these events on campus, but we have set our 2 meetings for this coming Thursday for the new Magnet students and parents, and the following Thursday for the new SAS students and parents. It will be virtual. All the meetings will be sent out as invitations for accepted students only. So the Magnet students are currently, we are at capacity for the 9th grade class, and we still do have a waiting list for the 9th graders. But for next year, we have 464 students represented in all 4 grade levels that will be enrolled for the year. With the SAS program, we are taking a little longer because the notifications will start going out today as to whether they've been accepted and to which program they've been accepted to, either the individualized honors program or the traditional honors program. So those emails will start going out today. And the Zoom invitations will be sent once the parents accept the placement. So by next Thursday, we should have a finalized roster of all the parents who are accepting the invitation. At both of these meetings, we will be having faculty introductions. The PTO will be there present as well, so they will also present information on how to join and all the information and so forth. We are going to go through all the high school and A through G school requirements, every department offerings for all the students, class options per grade levels, and they will get a separate Google link for the SAS and the Magnet program for students to choose their classes. We are going to discuss summer course options and what's accepted and what is not accepted for high school credit, as well as we'll have some information on how to enroll with the paperwork that Mr. Loza has mentioned. And we will have a Q&A at the end as well. So that is pretty much it for the 2 updates for the 2 parent meetings.
All right, thank you, Miss Yu. And we'll go to Mrs. McNabb for a couple of updates. Oh, Ms. McNabb, I can't hear you.
Okay, I'll try this again. Good morning again. Right now, the athletic situation has not changed at all. However, as the president for the governing board of the Board of Managers for CIF, I will be at a meeting on Monday virtually on May 29th. And so after that meeting, for the first week of June, we should have an update from the CIF office. So as soon as anything like that happens, I will let everybody know. And that is it.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. McNabb. And Mr. Tapia.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so the 15 progress report is on May, is due tomorrow, actually. Well, it's due tomorrow. So tomorrow grades are due. And just so you know that the grades cannot be lower than grades earned on May 13th, on March 13th. So teachers have already calculated that and taken that into account. However, the grade can improve. So we have that. Final spring semester grades, so it's the last day of school, June 12th. The window opens a week before. So we can start, teachers can start working on, finalizing everything. So you know that for as far as summer school, all students receiving a D as a final grade will be enrolled in summer school. So, however, speak to your children or your neighbors or your friends about the importance of trying to get at least a C to make them A through G, to make them college ready, to make them A through G eligible. So summer school, you can see the dates will start June 24th and July 28th. They will be, as far as we know right now, they're going to be Schoology based, meaning like pretty much the way the students are conducting class now. Also, students in credit recovery courses, which includes Edgenuity, any independent studies, they must be finished with it before they can receive credit. So that's important to know. AP exams, they started yesterday. So they're going to go on through May 26th. So be aware that we already spoken with the teachers about, flexibility as, while students go through these exams. Any information related to the AP exams, you can find it on the College Board website. Please don't hesitate to contact Ms. Allison Young, our college counselor, for any specific questions relating to that. AP tutoring have been, AP teachers have been conducting the tutoring sessions or test prep sessions. So you can please contact the teacher directly for that, for the current schedule. I keep trying to scroll Mr. Steiner's computer, so sorry. So the counselor support. The TAF website is available for any kind of support. The TAF support link on our website. So please, any request for counseling, whether it be work permits, transcripts, enrollment, any kind of question, please do not hesitate to fill that out. Counselors are constantly monitoring that website to help you, along with all the administrators and coordinators. You can contact me directly or through the link. You can, if you need resources for mental health issues, coping with stress, anxiety, and all that, we do have resources available for you. Also, counselors are available to facilitate any questions between teachers and parents. The last thing that's not on the schedule, on the agenda, is that the incoming 9th grade course requests have gone out to the middle schools. It should be up. We're working on putting up the course requests up on our own website as well by this afternoon. So please spread the word to any family members, friends, that their school have received the link to request courses. This is for incoming freshmen. Also, to repeat, the link should be on the website today. And that's pretty much it on my end.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tapia. And we're going to go now to Mrs. Aviv, who's going to share with us some of our tentative plans to be approved.
Yes, hi everyone. Last time we met, I did talk about that we were working on a plan. So this will be going out shortly, on our website, through Schoology, Instagram, to everyone so they know. So this is the schedule. The last week of school is May 8th through the 11th. And so we are going to be allowing students to come on campus to clean out their PE locker, to return any uniforms from sports they played. If they have a yearbook or anything pending from the student store, they'll be able to pick it up. Chromebook returns, locker cleanouts, textbooks, library books, novels from personal teachers. So all of those things will be returned. If you notice in the lower left-hand corner, like we're going to be very specific about, I'm sorry, right-hand corner. I don't know my left from my right when I look at my screen. If you check in at the assigned time, we are going to ask that from everyone, wearing a face covering, follow the order of that we send you, and then maintain social distancing. be courteous and patient because there may be lines. We're only going to let so many students into a building at a time for their, for their health and safety. But we've got it so that, and the reason we're doing Grand Alpha is because if you're a family, we don't want you to have to come on campus several times. This way you can bring, if you have multiple students there by last name, you can just come at that one time for your appointment and let your kids get everything done. So we appreciate your patience. We know a lot. I'm a parent of an LAUSD student, so I've been waiting to find out when I can get my daughter's stuff out of her locker. So I know that you all wanted to know this as well. So this is the plan. And hopefully we'll be publishing it very shortly officially. You want to go to the next slide? So we also are having an upcoming senior day. It's a week from Friday. This is for seniors because they have unique things that only apply to seniors. And so again, by appointment only, the same social distancing requirements, but they need to get their refunds for those that purchased grad night or prom tickets. If they have any awards or cords that they've earned coming to them, we want to be able to hand it out to them. Their senior gift, those students that were not able to get their yard signs last Friday, we want to be able to give them the chance to pick it up. And then also their panorama pictures, and we're crossing our fingers our yearbooks will be in and ready also. Oops, Mr. Steiner didn't want me to stop talking apparently.
Sorry,
But,
no, I made
it's okay.
just disappear.
So basically the only, the idea is the only people that have to come twice are senior parents, but that's because they have a lot more, things they need to do in business. And we also want to get them this stuff sooner than later because of the virtual graduation that Mr. Steiner talked about or whatever other plans we have, that they have all the items they need by this date. So, and if cap and gowns are in on time by then, we'll work that out as well, but we're waiting to see those details. So I appreciate your patience. Again, we hope to get this published right away because this is a week from Friday, but we wanted you guys to be the first to see it.
Okay, so we're going to entertain some questions, and then I'm going to scroll back to the top slide because I want to remind everyone about about your feedback. So in case you didn't get a chance to look at some of the things, in particular, the bit.ly link right here for TAF Feedback 2020. This is for feedback on our distance learning, on how we as TAF, how we have been doing so that we can continuously improve. So please share with us your feedback. It would be helpful. And I saw some of the questions that did address some of this. So we're gonna go into, into answering the questions, or let's see. There was one, I'm going to start, Kate, with one that Ms. Coe sent me regarding the discrepancy between, we're all at different levels with our technology, and I'm sure that we are all ahead of the level that we started at. So, but every teacher, every individual is at a different place, and we're doing our best to get everyone, and the district is continuing to offer professional development for us, as well as our staff training and teaching each other. So I hope we would continue to improve. And so we'll continue to do our best to improve, but I realize there is going to be a difference in each class and a different level. The district has stated what the expectations are, what the desires are, the hopes that we're conducting class in certain ways. And then there are the non-negotiables, that there has to be a grade a week, there has to be certain things set in place. And all students are held harmless, so their grades will not go down. But we want to encourage them to communicate with us using the help desk if they have questions or concerns, or reach out to their teachers first and try to solicit information that way. But we'll continue to do our best to train everyone and support everyone with their technology. And in this world that we've been thrusted into with, not as much preparation, but we have, as a school, we have done quite a bit of technology training over the past few years. So I feel like we are I'm very proud of where we are, and we're in a much better place, I feel, than a lot of schools. But of course, we always have room to grow. So I appreciate our staff, and they've stepped up to the challenge, and I'm impressed of what I've been hearing. And we'll be sharing some of that at our virtual town hall meeting, where I'm trying to get some clips from some instruction so we can share with everyone what's going on in the classroom. And Ms. Coe, was there another question?
Yeah, we have a couple more.
Okay.
How can parents get involved with supporting our seniors, or if they have any suggestions to honor seniors, where can they go, or what can they do to support?
So as of right now, I would say I want to thank to the parents that participated in Teacher Appreciation Week and helping get videos together and putting things. I think ideas like that that we can do virtually would be the best. If we have ideas celebrating seniors, putting videos together, photo things together. If you do have some ideas, you can email me. My email is daniel.steiner@lausd.net. You can also go to the help desk. The help desk is for anything. So if you have suggestions or comments, that's a good way to go. And we do have a senior parent volunteer and a couple of students that are on the district's group where they are the district soliciting feedback around culmination. That's specific to culmination, and that's a pilot, or not a pilot, a focus group. And we do have a parent representative from Taft that's on that committee. And but if you have any ideas, I especially like to focus on, since we're not having any in-person type of activities, if you have ideas for virtual types of celebrations that we could put on our website, use on our social media, we would love to hear your ideas. Also, the senior sponsor, Miss Murphy, she's another contact as well, and she's been working with the senior class steering that have been putting some things together. So as we get closer to the end of the year, we'll be sharing those on our website as well.
I do have another question. If a parent or family would like to contest grades, is there a protocol for that? So what do they do if they do feel like they need to move forward to contest a grade?
Well, only final marks can be contested, or it is a grade appeal process. That's after the final grade is posted. And that's something they would go through the counseling office and follow the bulletin and reference guide that we have regarding that. So they can contact us, but you can't contest a grade until the grade is over. Now, that's to like a grade change. If there's an issue right now, it's better to try to figure it out now. So if they can go into the help desk and put that information so someone can contact them, that would be the best way to go. Like, I'm having a question about that, so we can go before it gets to that point.
Wonderful, thank you. Has there been any information about how we're going to be honoring students since awards night that are the non-seniors, the non-senior honor students? Is there any information about that?
You know, that's a good question. We have, we're trying to, so some of the deliveries haven't been coming. I'm not sure if we were able to get all the certificates because we haven't gotten any mailing. We will at some point. It might be because they will be our students next year. We might have a delayed or something recognition. The issue is really right now, we are so focused on our seniors that will be gone, that a lot of that recognition is going there. And if we know we have our students going forward, and we have to limit the amount of contact, so even distributing the awards at this time, we were trying to minimize the contact. So that will be something we'll have to push to the fall. So I think right now our focus is on our seniors, and we'll see if I can think of a way that we can recognize them virtually, posting lists or something like that. I'm not sure. I have to think about that because I also have to deal with privacy. So when we're putting things out publicly like that. So, but thank you for the question.
And if we could just review a bit on the refunds for seniors. And no, let's just focus on that. So we've gotten a couple more questions about the status on refunds for senior packages.
So as Ms. Aviv shared with us earlier, that we're working on a day for seniors to come in. And when we have that senior day, we're in the process of cutting all those checks right now. So that we're going to be able to get refunds for grad night, for prom. Those checks are being written, and then on that senior day there will be a station for you to go get your check. Seniors have been asked by the senior class. They've been doing a survey of how to, the name that they would like, or who the check is supposed to be made out to. So make sure you check in with your senior class about those refunds. Otherwise, it will just go I'm not sure what the default is, but just make sure you communicate who. And we're also reaching out to families if we have questions of who that's supposed to be made out to. And then that's how the refunds are working.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I believe I have one more question. Are there going to be any virtual tutoring sessions like what was offered during when foreign language was in session? We used to have tutoring every week, but are there any other tutoring sessions that we can provide for students?
So as of now, we've been doing so AP tutoring sessions, getting them ready for the tests, the exams, they've been doing those. And then teachers have office hours. So there's office hours that are set by teachers. If there's a specific subject or question that you have, you can go to the help desk if there's a certain area. We have not had virtual tutoring sessions set up, but it's something we can look into. My hope was that the office hours would be a way to get all of that taken care of, and figured that would fill that void by using those office hours. But if that's not sufficient, please let us know, and we'd love to find out.
All right, and then thank you guys, thank you Pamela and Andy for bringing that up. I'm sorry I forgot. Will students be able to keep their laptops for summer school? So if they have a Chromebook because of the IAP program, or if they were given a laptop recently, will they be able to keep them so they can use them for summer school?
We're still getting guidance on that. I will say 100% for sure the seniors will be turning them in. Everyone else, we're still looking into how we're going to transition into summer. And as you have heard, the LAUSD has offered certain summer type sessions for all LAUSD students. More information is forthcoming. But either way, we will make sure that they have a device if necessary. So if there's a specific concern, we'll make sure that everyone has what they need. The question is whether we collect and redistribute, but we're also trying to minimize contact. So we're getting some guidance on that to make sure that we at least have the devices turned in for students that are not returning to Taft. We need to make sure that we have positive control of all those devices, because as you know, they came from our own stockpile. These were not things that were ordered separate. These are from the classroom sets that we've been using before physical school closure.
Wonderful. How is for returning students? How are our returning students going to be registering? What's the registration process going to be looking like?
So Mr. Loza mentioned we just received some information yesterday. So I'm still going through all of the details. As Mr. Loza said, some of it is going to be happening, transferring from your middle school. The middle school students are already in our system, so we can see them, and we'll be working on that. But there might be some setting up some times for parents to drop off registration information. Different schools are doing different things, so I'm looking into how their plan is to do it. And that information will be coming out soon.
Can I jump in on that, Mr. Steiner?
Go ahead.
So if they live in our area right now, the information will automatically come in, okay? And if they're not in the area, they have to go through the choices. And if they're in the LA Unified system, once we accept them, that information gets transferred over to our database. The only people that would come in is if this is not, if they're coming in, they moved into our area, they would have to bring in some paperwork proving that they live in our area, or they have never been enrolled in LAUSD.
Ms. Yu, you want to add to that comment?
Yeah, I just want to say the LAUSD students who, it doesn't matter if you live outside or inside Taft, if you didn't accept it through affiliated charter or the magnet, we do have their information from Unified Enrollment. They've downloaded that information. It's the non-LAUSD students. So if you're independent charter, private school, it doesn't matter if you live in our area, if you've never attended LAUSD, then we don't have your information in our system yet. So that's why the enrollment packets, we're looking at maybe mailing them out, because we will need those from all non-LAUSD students.
And we will be, if you fall in that criteria, sorry.
You muted yourself, Mr. Steiner. Try again.
Okay, won't touch it. Okay. If you are in that criteria where we need information from you for enrollment, we will contact you. And so if you haven't heard from us and you're not sure, you can always ask, and let us know on the help desk. But we are reaching out to the individuals that we need something from them. We will let them know how to get that information to us. We're still developing and that plan with the guidance from the district.
Okay.
Okay.
What is happening with the class choices? So how are students choosing their courses for next year?
Mr. Tapia, you want to respond to that? Because you might have
Sure.
the most updated information.
Our current students already responded to the course request. Luckily we did that in February. So we are done with that. As far as incoming ninth graders, like I said, mentioned before, I don't know if you're referring to that or our current students. Our campaign this year was, choose once, choose wisely. Just to make sure, we asked them to share the information with you. The course descriptions were on the website. So our current students are already done. However, if there's a mistake or something happened, then just email me or put it on the, we're going to set up sessions for you to communicate with counselors. So that's the update for now. I'm not sure if you're referring to changing your mind or anything like that. Under the circumstances, that's going to be very difficult to do right now. So we're hoping that most students, if not all, made the wise choices and really thought it through. Incoming ninth graders, the link will be posted on the website, and the middle school should have the links as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
If you are an incoming freshman in the SAS and the Magnet, we're going to post the separate links for those programs as well, along with the general ninth grade incoming as well.
Wonderful. Now, if anyone else has any further questions or if I've missed yours, please let me know. Oh, how does the charter lottery work for siblings?
Mr. Loza, you want to mention how that?
For siblings, it only is in effect if you apply online. On time, and that deadline closed in November. So now everyone that applies from now on, they will be put at the end of the list. So siblings permit, they put you at the top of the list, but you have to apply on time.
All right. So if there's any further questions, please send me a chat. But at the moment, I believe I've gotten everyone's questions.
Great. Thank you. And thank you, Katie. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for Coffee with the Principal. I forgot to put the next Coffee with the Principal date. Julie, do you have that date, or do we have another one?
Can we put the locker cleanout schedule up on the screen?
Yes.
We don't usually have a June one, but we will obviously make one this year. So I'll talk to you and I'll send out.
Okay, so we'll send out something for another Coffee with the Principal since we're having so much fun. I actually appreciate the opportunity to share information and then be able to post it so that everyone can hear an update, because it is a time that we don't always, there's a lot of changes happening. So I think it's valuable, even if we didn't have one scheduled, to add another Coffee with the Principal as soon as we have more of the information. Is this the one you wanted up on the screen? Is this
the locker?
oh, sorry, my bad. This thing scrolls very fast. Okay, let me move my photo over. So we'll put that on the screen for a minute, and we'll post it on the website. We're still waiting for final approval on this, but we'll probably put it up as tentative on the website, because time is going fast. Once again, I want to thank everyone for participating, and I hope all is well. Everyone is safe. We miss you all. I miss our Coffee with the Principal, our opportunity to share ideas. And I know this is a different format, but and it's not as interactive, but I hope we at least answered the questions and you were able to see the latest information. Thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.